talked about it some. We did a literacy lesson on it. What are some things that we can use outside of the choir class that we learned in here? Yes.
History.
History, okay. What else? Kind of.
Well, first, teaching techniques.
Yeah, teaching techniques. So if you want to go into, even if it's not music, you learn things like how to get other students involved, how to differentiate different kinds of things. Okay.
Math.
Math, yeah. Delaney?
How to work well with other people.
How to work well with others.
Like speech skills.
Speech skills.
Other languages.
Other languages. What? Say it louder.
Teamwork.
Teamwork, yeah. So these are all really good things. Alex, did you have one? Sight reading. These are all things that we can use or transfer into other areas of our life when we leave our choir room. So take a look at your worksheets. So how many of you think that the things you learn in choir could be used should you want to sing solo music, whether it be country or pop or Broadway? How many of you think everything you're learning is applicable? Yeah, it is. So we're going to start. Take a look at your worksheet. Now I forgot you guys didn't have Wi-Fi, so you'll have to partner up or just do things from memory, or if you're fine with using data, like find a buddy. If not, I have stuff we're going to go over. Just take like 5 minutes, and I want you to go through these different music categories and think of people that have were either in choir, whether it was in high school or college, studied music outside of their own things, and that might be with a voice teacher. Yeah. So just take a little bit. We have R&B, country, pop, rock, a little rackiness, but rock, Broadway, and then other. So that could be like people who sing in movies, or maybe someone who does TV shows and they sing a lot. Really anything that might involve singing and they were in choir at some point. So find a buddy or do what you need to.
I'm guessing just, I think what she told me was like she's teaching, because she's in college, so she's going to be a teacher, do all this, so our professor will see what she's doing, she's doing because the professor came over today, so I'm pretty sure she just wants me to like record how she's doing There's like this red barn on the show. don't know. It's like when I started recording. It's going to start showing up.
Yeah. Say it loud.
Childish Gambino.
Okay. Shiloh. Tupac. Tupac. Yeah. Okay. Fun fact. He was a ballerino. He was, I can't remember what school it was, but he was the rat king in the Nutcracker in college. So, yeah, ballerino. All right, who else? Kanye, yep. Tupac? Snoop Dogg, okay. Alicia Keys, she was big time classically trained, y'all. Big time. Yes. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj went to the school, LaGuardia High School in New York, where Fame is based. Yep. Who else? Yeah.
Go slow down. No.
Closer, okay.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. John Legend. Okay. So got a lot of people
Stop recording.
who were in. Who? Whitney Houston. Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. Big time. Big time. Mariah Carey. Madonna. Kelly Clarkson. Celine Dion. And you guys know who Cyndi Lauper is, right? Yes. Just making sure who Cyndi Lauper is. They all work with Katy Perry.
Well, anyone who would
Katy
eat
Perry
fire
was.
last year should know this.
Good. What about rock music? Freddie Mercury. Bon Jovi was. Steven Tyler, Stevie Nicks. Yeah. Does anyone know Pat Benatar? Yes. Who knows who Amy Lee is?
There's Guns N' Roses.
She sings in Evanescence. She's the lead singer of Evanescence. We listen to her La Hermosa. If you listen to her now that you know kind of like how classical singers might sing, like once I started being trained, I was like, oh yeah, she is. Like, just her vowels and her openness and everything, the way she gets to those low notes is very classically oriented. Yeah. Robert Plant. Look up his wiki. What about Broadway? Sierra. Okay.
There's a YouTuber that I like to watch called Frontal Floss. He does a lot of like songs of video games, but that he comes up with lyrics for.
Wow, very cool. What else?
There was one video that he did where he was singing.
Guys, Alex is trying to share
Probably the
story.
best two-part harmony I've ever heard. It was about him and this guy he was doing video chat with from his friend from England, that he was doing Super Mario Land lyric for the Game Boy.
Okay, who else? Yes.
Y'all might not know him, but he's Chris McCarroll. Does anyone know him?
Yes.
I love Chris McCarroll. He's gonna be in the Lightning Thief musical. Heck yeah. Anyway.
Say it loud. Okay, who else? Idina Menzel.
Leslie Odom Jr.
Okay. Kristen Chenoweth. Yes. Neil Patrick Harris. Who knows who Billy Porter is? Kinky Boots.
Oh my God.
My mom went to college with him, so he's classically trained. Who else? Yeah? Todrick Hall. Oh, was he? Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. So what did you guys get for other? And that could be maybe jazz music or TV or Josh Groban.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, is he? Really? Cool. Okay, who else? Okay. Yeah. That's amazing. Okay. Ariana Grande. So Michael Bublé, he was classically trained at Harry Connick Jr. So I put, this is kind of an interesting thing, Seth MacFarlane. His voice teacher was the same woman that trained Barbra Streisand and Frank Sinatra. Yeah, pretty cool. So lots of people have used things that they've learned either in choir or classical voice lessons. As a music ed major, we have to take classical voice lessons all through college. Have you guys ever heard the term commercial music? Anything that's not classical. Every single commercial music major at Belmont has to take 2 years of classical voice training. I actually have 2 really good friends that I'm going to show you in a little bit. One girl was on The Voice. She didn't make it very far because she was nervous, but she's phenomenal. Another girl is actually kind of up and coming. She is an amazing operatic singer, but she sings hard rock music as well. So actually, I messaged them and was like, hey, what's some advice you have for people who might want a little bit more knowledge about this kind of thing? So Liza said, she was not very talkative. She said, it's given me the training, vocal strength, and breath support needed for rock music. So that's some heavy stuff. You got a lot of really loud singing. I don't know if she actually did screaming or anything, but I've heard her sing some Joan Jett and some other things like that. So that breath support that she learns in choir or when singing soprano notes really transfers into her rock singing. And she just wanted, I said, I told her to share anything she would want to share with growing singers. And she said she just wants you guys to know that you can do both genres of music and that it's fully possible. Having the skills for classical music will prepare you to sing anything, which I've found true in my own training, where when I would sing in church or even out with my mom at karaoke or something, having gone through classical training, I found that I was able to sustain notes and my range grew and just everything. My sound was so much more matured once I went through classical training. Yes?
I think my minister of music at my church majored in commercial music at Belmont.
So he would have had to go through all this training. Well, it's rigorous. They do not play. So Katie said, she's literally the sweetest person on the earth. Like, I don't understand, but I love her. She said, placement is helped with healthy technique. Having that training gives you the voice longevity and helps you understand and feel what straining is for your voice. So her classical training helped her realize when she wasn't being healthy and when she was hitting notes in a way that could have done a lot of damage to her voice. Adele went through classical training and she still didn't recognize these things and she really hurt herself. She's gotten health-wise better, but that's something that's going to always be a scar there because she didn't pay attention to her training. Katie goes on and on with all of these things. So on the next 2 sections, I just want you to take a few minutes and go through and think of some things technique-wise that we've talked about in choir while we're singing By the Waters and La Hermosa and Oh Let Me Fly. Some of the things that we've talked about that can really help in your own personal singing, whether you're singing in church or you're singing in your band, or just on your own, like a sleepover or something. So just take a few minutes and do that first section. So hard on this. My job does not look like that's messed up. Breathing. Who has breathing? What else? Posture. Who else has posture? Nice. Kylo, just on your hand. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Okay. Guys, listen.
Personally, for me, I have a problem with a lot of throat singing. It's a lot darker, like a deeper sound, and I'm not supposed to do that. So the whole palette and listening is to get the forward mask sound is what I've been trying to
Lifting,
work on.
with using your mask. Who else had that? Okay, we'll go ahead and jot that down then. So lifting your soft palate, singing in your mask. We just talked about it. Yes. Syncopation, sure. What else?
Vowels.
Singing in unison and vowels, for sure, for sure. What else? Yes.
Being able to comprehend
comprehend music helps a great deal. I have a lot of friends as instrumentalists who really struggle with reading music at first, and then they realize how important it is and how they're able to transfer it into when they use tablature and stuff like that. I hate tabs. I had to take a guitar class, and I was like, I don't get it, so I have notes.
It is so hard to read music.
I'm sure it is, but as someone who's been reading sheet music her whole life and has never touched a guitar, it's really hard. What else? Listen. Intonation. Yes, that's very important, because if you cannot sing on pitch, I will not listen to you. That's all I listen. All right, so the next part of our worksheet says what are some things you might modify in order to be successful as a commercial singer? So that just means if I'm going to sing a song, Take It Off, okay, by Kesha. So I'm singing my choir. There's a place downtown where the freaks all come around. Would I sing it like that? No, that's ridiculous. So what are some things I might have just changed to make that sound like a pop song? Emily?
They don't typically sing high or lifted choir vowels, so you change your vowel shape.
I'll change my vowel shape. Even I don't have to sing, there's a place downtown. I also love to do that. What else might I change? The amount of breath I'm putting into my nose. So a lot of times our goal in choir is to blend. So we're not going to, we'll use our mask, but we're not going to use our belt voice, right? Has anyone in here ever belted by chance or know what it feels like? It's a totally different feeling, right? If you sing like that in choir, that's all they're going to hear. So when you're singing as a soloist, though, you are what you want people to hear. So you're going to change your placement and your registration, whether that be in your chest voice, where a lot of country singers might sing, or belting, where Broadway and pop people tend to place their sound. What else? Yeah. So these are all really good things. I'm stylizing, so I can do things like add a run, or I can change up the rhythm a little bit while I'm singing, because nobody else is depending on me keeping the same.
Yeah, I was saying because in a lot of choral pieces, it's all switching melodies and back and forth, and there's certain changes in the, so it all sounds good together. But as a soloist, you can have just one line of a melody all with you.
Yeah.
So,
What else?
or enunciation.
Enunciation. While you do need crisp consonants and everything, if I were to sing "Oh Let Me Fly" as like my own piece, I would be "Oh let me fly to Mount Zion," because they would be like, "Get your face out of the microphone, you're breathing heavy," and I don't like that. But I would still have that crispness so that you can understand what I'm saying. Does this all make sense? These are all things, if you ever want to study music, here you go. So I just wanted to show you my friend Katie real quick. I embarrassed the crap out of her. I went to one of her little seminars, and she sang, she had a cold, but you would never know. She sang 1 + 1 by Beyonce. Oh my God.
Shut by you.
start singing solo music is I could find what felt right, find what felt good, find where I sounded the best and where I didn't. All because of does anyone in here take dance? So, as a dancer, I grew up dancing, my mom's a ballerina and all this. I did not want to take ballet, but the more I did, the more I realized that my jazz and my hip-hop and my modern and my lyrical and even my musical theater choreography was improving because of the techniques I learned in ballet. It's the same thing with classical music. If you learn classical music, you can take that and transfer it into any other kind of music you want to do, including instrumental music. Lindsay Sterling. Amen. Yes, classically trained. I'm pretty sure she grew up in like Amish town. Has anyone ever heard of two cellos?
Yes!
I'm going to sing them in October. Classically trained. David Garrett. Oh, he's kind of German, but even pentatonic. So when you're singing in your own parts, you are learning to sing together and listen and be independent singers so that you can take soprano 1, soprano 2, bass, tenor, alto 1, alto 2. One of each come together and be able to perform something like pentatonics does because you've had that training of, oh, this is where my part would probably fit into the music. So we actually have our very own instrumentalist in here who has taken one of your choir pieces and has arranged it into the coolest thing I've ever heard. You probably know who it is. It's Dwight. So here's his, this is how he is taken by the waters and arranged it. whether you go into singing or whether you do architecture or whatever.
Are you doing the pass?